What is up, all my beautiful people? Hopefully, you guys are having a great weekend and even a better Sunday afternoon. I appreciate anybody spending some time with me and anybody on the recap. You guys are awesome as well. Your time is absolutely valuable to me. We're just gonna dig right into chat, man. Got a chat's popping off. I'm already 50 messages deep. So we have Las Cruces. Hopefully you're having a great day, man. And let me know in chat. I'm keeping up with chat on my phone. Let me know how the music is. I got it turned way down low, so if it's too loud, just let me know. Las Cruces, hopefully you're having a great evening, my man. Tony, Kamiverse, how you doing, my brother? Hopefully you're having a great day, my dude. Hello from Peace of Mind, always, man. Positive vibes, positive vibes. How you doing, Trev? Legion of Comics. Hopefully you're having a great day, man. We are Legion. I know it's stressful over there with the Masters tournament and everything you got going on. Hopefully you're staying safe and killing it over there, man. Cat Fan Comics, man. I appreciate you showing up, man. Been hounding you to come hang out in one of my lives, man. Make sure you guys go check out Cat Fan Comics, man. He's always killing it on his daily lives. Can't start a day without it for sure. Oh, that's all that matters, man. If you can't stay, you can't stay, man. Your time is valuable. I appreciate you. Yeah, beat you with wire hangers for sure. What is up, Mike? Hopefully you're having a great day, brother. Appreciate you, my man. Dr. Who? Hopefully you're having a great day, man. Appreciate your time, man. Scroll down. Scotty, hopefully you're having an amazing time, man. Dude's on the road to 1K. I'm going to be highlighting him today. Tyler, how you doing, man? You never suck. I always appreciate your time. Everybody just saying hello. I appreciate you guys. If anybody's mods, make sure you guys drop each other's links. I know everybody's probably subbed up to each other, but you know me. Just in case you're not, make sure you guys check each other out. Brian LCS, hopefully you're having a great evening, my dude. Appreciate your time, man. Burn through these. Sith, just caught your picture on Instagram. Saw that your Lady Sith took you out to dinner at Disney. It was a great show last night. I was up until about like 20 minutes, half hour left of the show. Awesome. Always a great time hanging out. Seth11, hopefully you're having a great day, brother. Always appreciate you. Lady Durs, appreciate you, baby. Can't wait to get done with the live and watch WrestleMania and finish that up with you tonight. DJ, my guy, hopefully you're having a killer evening, bro. Just everybody saying hello. I always appreciate you guys. V-Rogs, how you doing, my man? Uncanny Swag, always appreciate your time, brother. Here we go. Better Than You, WrestleMania night number 2. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to dig into that a little bit. I don't have any comics to show off because it's kind of that in-between week where I don't get all my books till this weekend, so... Gary B, hopefully you're having a great night. Going to be on Gary B's 10-on-1 on April 4th. Make sure you guys tune into that. It's going to be a fun time. What is up, Will? Couple comics. Hopefully you're having a great night, my man. Chat is popping. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. Nah, man, you never suck. Nobody sucks to me. Cool, caught up. So yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. Episode 12 of Sunday Night Sesh. I'm going to get right into it. And I touched on my Friday Positivity how I was having card troubles. That was why I haven't been able to get any books this week or anything. When I left work Thursday, my transmission I thought was blown. Luckily, it's not. My car's still newer. It's only got like 127,000 miles on it. It's not a bad car at all. But I am a little hard on it. So luckily, shout out to my girlfriend's dad. He came over Saturday morning, and we were able to mess with it a little bit and was able to change the transmission fluid out and top it off. And I drove around a little bit Saturday, and it seemed good. So I still have an appointment at the shop on Thursday. I'm going to drive it to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And as long as it's good, fingers crossed, we should be good to go. It was shifting good. It felt smooth. So that's just a little update on that. That's kind of where my headspace has been. Kind of been a little nervous and anxious about that. But I think it's going to be good. So yeah, like I said, I stay positive. You can never let anything bring you down too much. Yeah, Tyler doesn't suck, man. So making sure I don't miss anything. Chat pops sometimes on me. Chop, what is up, my dude? Hopefully you're having a great night. Always appreciate you. Everybody's just popping in chat. Katie, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having an amazing night, my friend. Cool. So I always like to start off my streams highlighting channels because normally like the first 5, 10, 15 minutes is what all the people on the recap is and what kind of my highest points are. So I'm going to share my screen and we're just going to rock right through it. And I always kind of pick these by random, so I'm always kind of trying to put it by new things. But I always like to start it off by showing off Scott Vaughn 82. He's at 882 subscribers right now. He just posted a little short with a Namor figure that kind of announces 1K giveaway, and he's going to be doing some other things. He always has his live streams on Monday at 7:30, and I'm definitely going to butcher this name, but it's Severin Salier. He's got the artist with him. It's going to be him, Mark. I think it's just him and Marcus as his co-host on there tomorrow at 7:30. So make sure you guys go check him out. Always appreciate that. Gonna pop back over. Yeah, make sure you drop anybody's links while I'm doing this. What is up, Callie and Jordan Squad? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. So let's pop back over on this one. Yeah, I appreciate you guys dropping links or anything like that as I do this. So we got Remy Q Studios. He's at 686. This dude is absolutely massively undersubbed. I almost can guarantee you everybody in this chat is subbed up to each other almost probably 100%. But for anybody watching on the recap, all my new people from Shorts or anybody from any of those, please go check out these channels. It would mean the world to me. These dudes are great homies. Like I said, he's at 686. He does he does unboxings with him and his girlfriend, wife. I'm not sure if they're married, man. I'm new around here. But he does his Friday night hangouts and everything like that. So make sure, or Saturday night hangouts, man. I'm just all over the place, bro. DJ's on Fridays. Remy Q's at Saturdays at 9, I do believe. So let's stop sharing with that. Pop back over here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Nice, Tyler. Just subbed to Remy Q. Yeah, for sure. I think they have shirts or something. You might need to contact your guys' lawyer because there's shirts with your names on it. So if you haven't, if you're not subbed to them, I don't know why they're making merch with your name on it. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Cool. Appreciate you guys. So let's go to the next one. You know, my lives, man, they're just kind of random. They're just kind of chill. They're just kind of hang out. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy. I always do kind of random stuff. So we have Dr. Von Hoot at 194. 6 more subs. This dude's at 200. He does awesome content with his wife, awesome content with Magic Badger, and he's doing great, man. He's a new member of the community, and I'm very honored to have him. Can't wait to get his package in the mail, and I will be unboxing it. I got one of his exclusive comics that he was promoting on Instagram. So please go check him out. Pop back over. And I did this last week, and he was exactly the same, so I don't know why. But there's got to be one person in this world to sub up my boy Nick's Kicks and Comics. He was at $5.99 last week. I remember showing him, and he's still at $5.99. So anybody on the recap, anybody live in chat, if you're not subbed up to this dude, get him to 600 and make that stick. I know that dude would appreciate it. He's an awesome member of our community. How's the music? Is the music cool? I got it turned super low, so you might not be able to hear it, but I didn't want it to be too loud. So I just kind of got some lo-fi vibes going in the background. Appreciate you guys dropping links. Nice, Tyler. Same. They have merch that... Oh, you can't hear the music at all? Hang on, let me try this. Yeah, I have it turned super far down because I was scared. There, let me know how that is. And I'm going to take a short little second, switch back over to the comments, and we have a very fine, esteemed gentleman of the community hanging out back, so I'm going to bring him in.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but...
You are, man. Can you hear the music? How does it sound? Can you hear it?
If I very carefully listen.
Okay, that was my goal, because I didn't want it to be screaming. Here, I'm gonna do. Let's try it.
Is this the StreamYard music?
Yeah, it's just lo-fi. How's that one?
You don't want it. You don't want it too loud.
Blasting.
So it becomes annoying, actually, after too long.
For sure.
All you hear is keep hearing the same beat over and over again.
Mm-hmm. That's why I pick lo-fi, because it's kind of different. But how you doing, man? Appreciate you hanging out.
Oh, I'm just killing some time before WrestleMania.
Yep, got my stream and then cooking dinner. I'm going to be making some tacos and then maniaing it up.
Tacos.
Yes, sir.
Tacos.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
What is up, Marcus? How you doing, my brother? Hopefully you're having a great day.
Oh, damn. Where the hell did my cup go?
What is up, Kyle? Hopefully you're having a great day, man. He's always doing his. I think it's on Tuesday or Wednesday. He shows off his new DC books. What's up, Izzy? Hopefully you're having a good one. I shot him an invite, but he's having a WrestleMania party with his real life friends. Something I don't know anything
Wait a
about.
second. What is that?
What?
Real life friends. What is
Right,
that?
exactly. This is my real life friends.
I mean, I remember that in high school, I suppose, but
Right. Exactly. There you go, Remy. I just highlighted your channel, so if you get a couple subs, Tyler, somebody named Tyler might be subbing you up, so keep on the lookout for that.
yeah, that Tyler guy.
What is up, Manny? Hopefully you're having a great night, my dude. So I got two more things I'm going to show off. And this one's super personal to me. This is somebody I've watched for years and years and years, and he just took a break off of YouTube for like 5 or 6 months. He was MCE. He had like 10 or 15,000 subscribers, and he just needed a mental break. But he just came back as Seth Bear. And if you like toy hunts and stuff like that, this dude is your main man. He was just at Toylanta. He's friends with Big Dub, that whole crew. So I would appreciate you if you guys, like I said, if you like figures and toy hunts and stuff like that, he's your main man. Bada bing, bada boom. And I got one more.
Right.
Got this one. And another one of the main homies, Comics by the Bay. 693. Dude's doing amazing things. I've been liking he's doing these banger bust videos with his estate
Dude, look
sales.
at some of those views, like 3K views on that estate
dude,
sale.
Yeah, dude, it's the estate sale one. I was talking to him about it, and that one popped off, bro. People love
that office's. What is it that?
Ollie's variety packs.
700 views.
So
Damn.
if we're gonna talk about views real quick, for example, this Bird's Gone Wild, he has 151 views on YouTube on it. On his TikTok, it's got like almost 2 million views. That same video.
That's crazy, man.
It is. And then the very last thing I want to mention is the CBC Awards. We got, I think it's April 14th, I do believe, is when he's going to be, the full video, Brian's going to be going live, showing off all the details and everything like that, and then nominations are going to be open in May. So all the details are on the Instagram, it's the cbcawards.org, and then for any information, just take a look out in the community. It's always out there, so I appreciate you guys. So, whoa. Did you see that share? That was some trippy stuff.
Oh, I missed it. I was looking away for a moment. I'm sorry.
No, I clicked on my StreamYard and it was sharing screens and it did one of those dimension things. Yeah, the real friends are like the real community. Exactly. Marble Matt, I don't know where he's at on subs, bro. Yeah, May 13th is the nominations, but April 14th is when he's doing the stuff. So cool. Now that we're through all this, I know what you guys came for. I'm going to be talking about WrestleMania because I don't have any books to show off. So you watched last night, Rob?
I did.
Okay, so I have everything wrote down, all my notes in order. So we're going to start off with Cena versus Theory. What was your kind of thoughts on that?
It went what I expected.
I knew Theory was going to win. We all knew Theory was going to win, but I wanted Cena to have a better match.
We expected it to happen, but I mean,
I wish it would have been a bigger or better match for Cena.
No. Look, Cena's time is gone. His job, his role at this point in time is to help put stuff over, right? So he did what we've seen a lot of guys who come back after this much time away do, which is they wrestle an okay match, and then they somehow would get the win at the end, but then it's not seen or something else happens by hook or by crook, then it turns the other way and our young heel gets the win. And
I like the Make-A-Wish Kids thing at the beginning. I thought that was very meaningful.
Oh yeah, sure.
Side note, shout out to WWE and that crazy stage they have for WrestleMania. All night I was like, man, I knew when Cena was going to come out because he runs out to the ring. I'm just like, fingers crossed that dude better not slip off that huge stage.
Right. They've done this the last several years because they're trying to get so many seats in. So the stage in these arenas is set so far back, and it's coming down at such a pitch that there's potential there. We saw, I think last year when it was in the rain,
Mm-hmm.
where Liv Morgan or
Yeah,
somebody slipped and
one of the chicks
fell, and
just slipped.
yeah. So but at least she fell on the ramp. Now you're just waiting for somebody to fall off the ramp, and like, oh my god, this match is over.
What is up, actual Van Helsing, who's actual Dracula, by the way? But yeah, so I thought it was going to be a bigger match. I didn't like how Theory won on the low blow and he tapped out. I wish it would have just been a clean match and Cena went out on his
No,
thing.
you
So
never. They always have to make it so that way they can bring Cena back and he's somewhat relevant. You always have to have him. Oh, there's some
hmm
reason why they got it.
right.
But the the thing that bugs me about the whole thing was like you knew it was going to happen because you had to put over um, Austin, but the problem was is that you destroyed him on the mic so brutally, and if he had just not responded, it
hmm
would have been better. But
hmm
instead, they do this lame in the empty arena response,
hmm
which made it even worse. Like, oh my god, I can't. I not only can I not hang with you in a ring on a microphone, but I have to go to where it's obviously pre-recorded. Let me take multiple takes
Yep.
in an empty arena situation in order to respond. And at
hmm
that, the response was mediocre. Um, so it didn't do anything for me for getting Austin Theory over
Same.
with me.
He's still at the same level. I have respect for him, but at the end of
I,
the day, they tried to. It's like, hey, here's this Austin Theory. He's gonna be this up and comer, and it's
this,
still like I
this
just
is
still.
another situation with some other wrestlers. Look, Roman Reigns in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns, when he first came in, it was like he was being shoved down your throat as he's the anointed one, he's the future, blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah, and people didn't glom on to that and didn't like it. And it's the same thing with Austin Theory here.
Right.
He's being shoved down our throat, and while his gimmick has improved, thankfully they got
The cell
rid of
phone,
the selfie garbage.
so bad.
But he still doesn't do anything for me. I'd have zero excitement when I hear that there's a Theory match,
Agreed.
and I don't anticipate that changing anytime soon.
Agreed. The 8-man tag match, I was pleasantly surprised with the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders and Braun Strowman and Ricochet and I can't think of the other, Chad Gable and Otis. Yes, I was pleasantly surprised with that match. I thought it was just going to be a kind of a boring match, kind of a filler, but it was a decent match.
No, it was a filler because what does the winner get?
Nothing. Just to being on WrestleMania.
If it was at least the winner gets the next shot at the
that's what you would assume, but we'll get to that in a moment. But like I said, that was just kind of a filler match, but then we'll get on to some more.
Who even won? I don't even remember.
It was the Street Profits.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So because to be perfectly honest, I watched the match and I completely had forgotten. It was so unrememberable to me, so forgettable.
Mm-hmm.
It was just standard multi-tag team matches.
Yep.
The tag klaxon goes off, everybody ends up at their certain points, everybody's going to get their individual spots that they normally do, and Montez is going to fly somewhere.
I love Ricochet. I wish they would have done Braun Strowman better.
Yeah, well, so Ricochet I love as a character, as a wrestler. I'm glad that they at least partnered him up with Braun Strowman, because Strowman really wasn't doing much since they brought him back.
Right.
And it's helping Ricochet and he are doing fairly well as a credible tag team in the division. Where meanwhile, poor Mustafa Ali, who is the other guy who's been normally battered around, he still continues to get battered around. I don't know if that poor he's just probably cashing his paycheck every month and going, you know what, if they're gonna pay me like this anyways, I'm just gonna
bounce around, right? But for real,
I would love to see a Montez Ford and Ricochet one-on-one.
That'd be awesome.
I would love to see that.
They're both crazy athletes for sure.
Absolutely. And you know there's gonna, as they're gonna say, some flippy dippy flying going on, right?
Yeah, I agree with what Will said when Braun was on the top of Roman and Chad Gable flipped him back over.
Those bigger and bigger dudes getting up on those ropes. Yeah, it was getting a little crazy, that's for sure.
So now we have Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. So
okay. Go ahead.
I was just for me, this is my take on Logan Paul. He 100% doesn't deserve like a title shot or anything like that. But at the end of the day, before last night's matches, he's had some of the best. Like him and Roman was one of the best matches I've seen in years. His moment at WrestleMania was great, but him versus Seth Rollins was just kind of meh. Kind of match for me. He needs to be, if he's going to be in the WWE and just kind of appear, he needs to have 10 out of 10 banger matches every single time.
Yeah.
And last night was just kind of
justify your existence and your spot that you're taking from somebody who's there every single day. I'm not saying he hasn't put in the work, because he's obviously, I mean, some of the celebrities that the WWE have brought in recently have shown that they're doing they're putting in work, you know, the stuff that Bad Bunny's done and everything else, right? Logan Paul doesn't excite me. It was okay. For myself, I did love seeing R-Truth show up there, especially given that R-Truth is, you know, was that last I heard he was out hurt.
That was KSI. That wasn't R-Truth.
Oh, was it R-Truth?
That was KSI, who I barely even know. So I
don't know who the hell he is.
I'm into gaming and everything, and I barely. He's like a Twitch streamer type dude. He's got like 30
thought it was R-Truth.
Dude, same at first. But when that Prime bottle came in, I was like, well, that's probably like Jake Paul or something. It's gonna deal with the match later. But he's got like 30 or 40 million subscribers, and I barely know about him. He's more of a Twitch streamer type dude and stuff.
Well, don't I feel stupid now? I thought it was R-Truth, and I was all happy.
I thought I had to look. I didn't know it was KSI until they said it was KSI, because I said R-Truth as well.
Yeah, I think I was on a stream at the same time while I was watching it, so I probably didn't hear that part.
Yeah, but, KSI is the English version of Logan Paul.
Well, in that case, it's whatever. It was still silly, but I mean, watching Logan Paul do that frog splash to the.
It was cool the first time though. He did it to Roman.
But if it's gonna be his thing to frog splash to the table, he better be careful, because that's how people get hurt. That's not 100%. I mean, I'll give him props for going for it again and wanting to do that spot, since he got hurt the first time he did it.
Logan, at the end of the day, is a crazy athlete. I will give him crazy credit for being an athlete. But if he was like on WWE, they're like, hey, we're going to sign you to like a 1-year contract. You're going to be at every show, every pay-per-view. He could quickly be the face of the company, just in talent alone.
I just also didn't like the way the whole feud came out of nowhere to begin with. It was just kind of like, why did you run into the Elimination Chamber? I mean...
Well, he eliminated him at the Rumble is what the whole thing was. He came into the Rumble, eliminated Seth, and then that's what started the whole thing. And then it was like the Miz, like it was a lot of it was like social media feud.
Poor Miz.
Poor Miz. Hey, I'm getting to that. That's my next one. The McAfee and Miz moment. I told my girlfriend, I was like, all I want is McAfee to come out at some point and just announce or anything. And when Miz was talking and his music hit, I was like, oh my god, yes.
Dude. So the Miz, I mean, look, I've never been a Miz mark.
I still love you, Mike.
But I will give the man credit. He has made a long career in the WWE. He doesn't seem to have a problem putting over anybody that needs to be, you know, you got a celebrity who needs to fight, fine, I'll take him on. And that seems to be his thing, is he's the guy who loses to celebrities that come in, right? Pat McAfee coming in again, okay. Dude, I winced when Pat McAfee did his senton or whatever off the ring post and missed Miz basically and landed hard on that pad. There were 2 big winces for me. That was one, and the others later on with Charlotte.
Same.
But I was like, oh,
That was not like a fall. That was just him eating.
That was one of those ones where, for him, the adrenaline was what kept him going. And I'm sure about 10 minutes after that match, he was back there hurting like tomorrow.
Yes, I guarantee.
I wasn't a keen on George Kittle getting involved in the stuff.
Whatever.
Out of the blue. I mean, that's just WWE going, hey, we saw George Kittle on AEW. Now we want to have him on because
it would have made more sense having somebody off the Rams because they're at SoFi Stadium. They're at the Rams Stadium.
Yeah, but none of the Rams want to be a wrestler, whereas George Kittle said he wants to do wrestling.
Right.
For 3 years, as a San Francisco fan, when I watch him play, the announcers always talk about him and like he's like live action WWE, and they always compare him to a wrestler, the way he runs with the ball and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's made all this thing about him wanting to do wrestling and stuff. So it made sense given the stuff that's gone on with him and AEW recently, where when AEW was at San Francisco, he showed up there, and stuff with Penta. So it only made sense that WWE said, hey, why don't you come do some stuff for us? Yeah, we'll squeeze you into this McAfee thing. You throw a couple clotheslines.
Whatever. If WWE asked anybody that, they're probably going to be like, sure.
Why not?
So now we have Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus, that match. I thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I thought going in 100%, it's going to be Becky Lynch and Lita, losing the championships back to Damage Control.
It's not a championship match,
right? That's what I thought going in, and then like 2 weeks ago they announced it's this triple threat thing. So I was like, okay, that whole thing's out of the window. So now that means Lita and Becky and Trish are still going to stick around after Mania, so they're definitely winning. So that's where I went. And Trish, her nipples were about this close from coming out of that top, bro.
Yeah. So a lot of the rumor building up to this was that Trish was potentially going to turn heel.
That's what I thought too.
And I kept waiting for it, and of course it didn't happen, which was fine.
Yep.
Lita's athleticism wasn't there. She hasn't. She hasn't.
Trish was still great. Trish could still get it.
Trish did well enough. But Lita looks like she has no right being in the ring, especially as holding that title. It is awkward. I mean, there's a lot of women's matches that when I watch them, for whatever reason, they just seem awkward. Like we're running, and all of a sudden we slow down and kind of engage and do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's all this weird stuff, but it was really on display here. Trish, wow. I mean, look, I don't normally say something, but that woman, she looked amazing. And
for her age, she was. Man.
For her age, she's younger than I am. So,
dude, but just everything. Like she's had a lot of surgery.
She was a fitness model, and so she stayed fit. She looked beautiful. She went out there, she did her thing. I thought she was wearing what is with this outfit? It was like she was wearing a ski bib or something.
What do you mean?
She had these gray padded pants and then these overalls.
Oh yeah,
it was a ski bib. Like she just got off the slopes.
It was weird. I almost thought that she had a girdle on at first, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and then she dropped her suspenders, and that's when it was like there was a couple near misses there with.
There was
some clothing failure for her.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Lita just left. Becky did her best to carry that thing. I don't know. It just seemed like everybody was trying to carry each half of each other, and it was an ugly match.
Hey, that's still older than me, and I mean, for me, wrestlers probably age faster than me. I mean, if I'm putting my body through all that for 10 or 15 years, I'm gonna be shot by the time I'm 40 or 50. So, like I said,
thank God we didn't see a diaper under that ski bib.
Shout out, much props to her.
It was a weird outfit, yeah.
So now we have Rey Mysterio and Dom.
Dude. That entrance for Dom was the stupidest thing.
One of the worst.
Look, I get that he, as a person, is playing up his hard time that he served, whatever, as stupidity. But to do this whole thing of now he's
it's a slap in the face. He's
been waiting in prison for
It's very
for this show, and now all of a sudden in his wrestling gear, and he's getting cuffed up and transported
and then he comes in out of
that.
Yeah. So I think the whole thing's so disrespectful to anybody actually in prison.
If this was the 80s, and his gimmick, his kayfabe gimmick, was that he was living on death row or something, and this was how he arrived to every match, was like they let him out just to do this.
Like Goldberg, like back in the Goldberg coming in with the security guards and stuff like that. It was every time.
Wardlow recently.
Yes.
But I mean, this was just the dumbest thing.
But on the other side, Ray had the best entrance of like his career to me, coming out with Snoop and then Apollo with the Eddie tribute and everything.
So it would be, because with all the LWO stuff that they did on SmackDown, that all would be, if it wasn't for the fact that they've been doing this whole I wish Eddie was my father thing again, invoking that old storyline. If that wasn't involved in this, then I would agree with you. But because he's talking about, I wish Eddie was my dad, so now you're trying to be Eddie and come to come in the lowrider and do the shit. I would have much rather seen him get shot up out of that stage.
I thought he was after he got out of the lowrider. I thought he was going to go in the stage and get shot up, and then he just walks
that
up.
Old
it's like,
school
man,
shot up thing, that was like the best entrances ever for him. But I thought the
match was great, except the whole Bad Bunny part. I hated how he came in and just in the announcer just to like pull the chain off of Dom so he doesn't hit Ray. I get that it's all for publicity because Bad Bunny is the top streaming artist of all time on Spotify the past like 3 or 4 years. Great marketing, but at the end of the day, it was weird to have him out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see what I want Ray at this point. I'd love for him to retire soon. I mean, I knew that Ray was going to win because it's WrestleMania and the hero's going to win a lot of times on these stories like this, right? And the fact that he had just been inducted into Hall of Fame the night before, if you made him lose right after being inducted into Hall of Fame,
terrible.
That'd be horrible. So you knew he's going to win. Now it means obviously there's going to be another match shortly hereafter, maybe at the next pay-per-view, and then he'll drop there, and then hopefully shortly afterwards Ray will retire. I mean, Ray's done great stuff, but you can definitely tell he's slowing up. He doesn't have the same step and everything else. But my God, the man has been doing it forever, and it's right. He's earned that, but he's not believable to fight any other way.
I did like Dom having the old WCW Ray mask, the purple one.
Yeah, it was a little weird. Yeah, no, when K-pop says we thought the daughter was going to fight, Leia
got splashed with the water.
I still think the funniest thing with them is still the fact that, remember last time she was on TV, she was having this kayfabe relationship with Buddy Murphy, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
And now you got Dom's having the kayfabe relationship with Rhea Ripley. Well, Rhea Ripley and Buddy Murphy are real life boyfriend girlfriend, right? So I think it's so weird, this intertangled web that these two families have or whatever. But
now we'll get on to arguably, I don't know how they're going to top this match, but Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte, hands down.
That match was a match that I was saying ahead of time should have been the main event.
Agreed, same.
100%. I'm disappointed in Hunter for not making it.
Well, there's a thing. I have to send you it. He did a press conference talking about why he didn't do it, and at the end of the day, he simply said, "Storyline, the Bloodline storyline, how it was ending." He said he kind of was. It had to be the main event, but at the end of the day, he was agreeing that Rhea Ripley and Charlotte.
I hope
should have been it.
I hope to God that what's her name? His wife,
Stephanie.
I hope Stephanie made him sleep on the couch. Because she's been a big supporter of women's wrestling.
100%.
And there's no doubt that the Rhea Ripley and the Charlotte Flair match deserved to be the main event and should have been. It definitely stole the show.
It was incredible. It was
because
incredible.
The tag team match was a tag team match, but this was
one-on-one purest wrestling at her form.
These were two women that brought physicality, women's wrestling, not just put on a great women's match. They put on a great match with tremendous physicality. I mean, you saw by the end of that thing the welts and the marks on their bodies all over, the blood dripping down different places. I mean, those two were in a war, and
it was Charlotte's reaction at the end. When she was on the ground smiling and laughing and like doing that wasn't wrestling character or anything. That was her proud and honored to be involved in that match. Yeah, I love that moment.
Yeah, that was just great. Yeah, Rhea versus Charlotte was phenomenal. The suplex on Charlotte's face was. Oh yeah, there were a couple that and
she
the
got
DDT. And there was a DDT
on Rhea.
Rhea kind of came down pretty straight up and down. There was you winced for a moment, but
that finisher on Charlotte, I was like, that's how you paralyze somebody.
Yeah, there's some pretty bad looking suplexes and stuff lately I've been seeing, but almost like people need to go back to school. But
it's going to be tough to top that match.
Yeah, but I mean and then Charlotte had one of those flips too that went her moonsault where
off the top rope.
She barely caught Rhea.
She popped right up. She popped right up, dude. Yeah. And so we'll finish with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Usos. We all knew what was going to happen. My thing that ruined the match was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens being on steroids and kicking out of every finisher the Usos hit. That kills a match for me. When you get hit with like 3 finishers, because like even playing WWE 2K23, you get hit with 3 finishers, you're not kicking out. They kicked out of everything.
Well, right, and that's always the things with these big events, right? Is you in a normal Monday night, Friday night, one finisher. When you hit that finisher, that's it. Nobody kicks out of that. And then when you get to these main events, people kick out of it all the time, at least once, right? It is rare to see multiples of those, but it does happen sometimes, and especially when they're really digging down to do whatever. But it does from a story standpoint, it does make you kind of go along because you assume that's it. Then all of a sudden, oh no, it's not done yet. But so I definitely see what you're saying. It definitely diminishes the finisher. And you're okay, well, because he took 3 this week, and the next week he'll take just 1 out of the blue with no other beatdown, and all of a sudden be laying on the ground for 30 minutes.
Did you think it ended that bloodline? Well, not that the bloodline's over. We'll get to that because I want to mention my predictions for tonight. But do you think it ended? Because I think 100% Sami Zayn got his. He deserved to have that moment. But now, do you think that wrapped up and put a bow on that whole bloodline thing with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens?
Well, what do you mean with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? Because they're obviously now tag team champions. They're gonna.
Well, their whole thing was to take down the bloodline and stuff. Do you think that was
part of what they wanted? That was part of what they wanted to do. But at the same time, they were talking about their brotherhood and everything else. Look, the bloodline story isn't over, and it's not going to be over tonight either. There's elements to go on, even if the rumors are true and Roman takes a sabbatical. There will still be plenty of story that you can do with it as the struggle for power and control. And I thought that actually some of the stuff I think it was Friday night SmackDown, them talking in the ring of saying. Planting those seeds. It tells you what it's like. He's not been loyal to you. You've been loyal to him, but he's just made you do his stuff.
I was waiting. I was waiting for the turn for Jimmy all night. Or no, Jay.
I think what comes out of this, right, is I think potentially they plant some more seed on it tonight. With some little brief backstage thing with Roman being pissed at them for embarrassing him and losing the thing, and how it's all about him, right? And then come back Monday with some more storyline after he's lost, assuming he loses,
Mhm.
and going off because he expected them to help him, or tonight he's looking for them to help and they don't. This tonight could be the night where like he's expecting them to help, and then after he's ripped them in a pre-segment, they walk away from him and let him lose on his own. Then you have this new piece of this stuff that kind of goes on, I think.
So we'll segue into prediction. We'll just go right into that. Roman versus Cody. I've been seeing some things circulate around the internet, which is very, very crazy to think about, because the last like 2 or 3 SmackDowns, Roman has only held up the WWE title. He hasn't talked about the Universal title. Paul Heyman's held it. And there's things where people are saying Roman's going to lose tonight, but Paul Heyman's going to be like blah blah blah. In the contract, it was only for the heavyweight title, not for the undisputed championship. So Roman's going to keep the Universal Championship, and then Cody will have the heavyweight championship. That way, they split them.
I could see that because the way that they run the 2 shows, you can't have a part-time champion defending on both. So we've also heard for a while that there was talk that there was going to be a new unified belt after this, right? Not 2 separate belts. So whichever way they choose to go at the end of the day is fine with me, whether they choose to keep one unified belt and put it on somebody who's willing to work on a regular basis, or whether they decide to pull the stipulation stuff so that way Roman can hit his 1,000 days.
Yep, that dude, champion. He has to hit the 1,000 days, man. Come on. Or Solo's going to ruin everything.
And, now you have the potential. So, look, that scenario to me helps them play the bloodline story out. If I want, if I sit there and I go, hey, okay, he's going to drop one belt, he loses it because, Jay doesn't do, whatever. They split the belt back up. Cody's got his thing, whatever, does this. Meanwhile, Roman and the bloodline start feuding amongst themselves or something. And now's your perfect opportunity to, whether or not, because there been some rumors that maybe, Rock didn't come for WrestleMania. Maybe he shows up at SummerSlam or something, right? Having something like that, if that's a potential where you can sit there and say, this division in the group, and you're not really our head of the table, here's the real head of the table type of thing, or something along that line, would be, from a flash in the pan nostalgia point, would be really freaking cool to me.
At that point, you could even bring in Rikishi for the Usos, because
he's been wearing that ultimate hat and stuff in the interviews. And
I just want to touch on this comment. So, like, I'm a big fan of Roman Reigns, the whole head of the table, and the belts being with him and stuff. But if he's not, I'm 1,000% behind them splitting the belts, because week in and week out, my favorite show and the one I'm most excited for is SmackDown, because I always know that's the show Roman's going to be on. That's the title show, So now if Raw has a title and SmackDown both has a title, they're both competing with each other for views and everything, and I just feel like that's smarter marketing.
Right now, you have the complete dichotomy between AEW and WWE, where AEW has too many belts.
Right.
Because they have, between the ROH belts and all their AEW belts,
so many.
There's just a ton of belts. Meanwhile, you've got the WWE, which basically whittled it down for the men to one set of tag teams, one championship, then 2 individual show belts, and that's it.
I want the hardcore title belt to come back, man. That was my favorite, dude.
I would much rather see something along the lines of a cruiserweight or something come back.
That'd be cool too.
Where we can get these, because you know what? There's a lot of good wrestlers out there, but I'm sorry, I don't ever. And they can put on some amazing matches, but I don't ever really perceptualize realistically some of these wrestlers like Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, Johnny Gargano, some of those guys as really being a world champion, right? And I've been having a lower weight class division belt does then all of a sudden set up something that's completely different, and I'd much rather see that.
Right.
Than
So
a
I think,
hardcore. I'm tired. I'm done with hardcore on a regular.
or the 24/7.
No, that was the dumbest. That was
Dumbest.
that was a comedy.
Comedy show.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad that Hunter killed that.
Yes, same. I hated it. So I think the show's opening with Brock Lesnar and Omos. What is your prediction on that? I got Lesnar for sure.
Yeah, I don't see. It's probably Brock in a squash because they need to build him back up a little bit to have him be after the last couple things. It's probably why Brock refused to work with
Bray
Wyatt, and so yeah, I would probably say it's probably Brock in a surprise squash.
Yeah, Bobby got that whole, like, Brock, Omos, Bobby, and Bray all got screwed over basically by Bray because Bray wanted to do his whole thing. Now Bobby's nixed out of WrestleMania. He didn't even have his own entrance last night for the Andre the Giant Royal Rumble. He was just with the dudes. Yeah, so he won. I guess.
Take it easy there, buddy.
What is up, Chip? What is up? I hope you have a great night, man.
Yeah.
Hello, Comic Journey. But yeah, that's just kind of a filler match. My most anticipated match besides the Roman and Cody is Edge versus Finn Balor.
In a Hell in a Cell match, right?
So we got Demon Finn and I'm fingers crossed. Brood, Gangrel, Christian, some spit and blood. Give me that.
Yeah, we're expecting a Brood show up,
and they confirmed that it's not the red Hell in the Cell, it's the steel one. So nice. Great for our eyes, man.
Yeah, that's definitely a match that's interesting because other than that, I don't care about the women's 4-way tag match. That's more just filler.
Right. I got Ronda Rousey winning that, hopefully, just because
Ronda
it's Ronda.
And Shayna Baszler. I could see that, and I'm fine with that. I like the idea of them tagging because Ronda is not a great singles wrestler. And Shayna used to be a phenomenal one until when they had her back in the day when she ran through the Elimination Chamber and just wiped out. We're basically staying there waiting for chambers to open to take people out stuff.
They complement each other perfectly.
But then they've had ever since then when they tagged her up with Nia, and ever since then, Shayna Baszler is a phenomenal submission magician who has a kryptonite, which is the roll up.
Yep,
she has been rolled up and pinned time. 1, 2, 3.
Almost every match. Every match.
She's the designated loser for her team. Member of the job squad. Pin me, pay me. 1, 2, 3. But I would love to see them together because I'm a big Shayna fan. Not so much Ronda, but I am a Shayna fan, and I'd love to see her get one more chance because she's getting up there in age too.
Right.
And I'd love to see them be able to help do some. I'd love to see a Shayna versus Rhea Ripley match.
That'd be cool. Rhea Ripley's my favorite. I love her.
I don't want to see a Ronda Rousey Rhea Ripley match because I don't want to see Rhea Ripley have to carry Ronda for all that match. But Shayna can go.
And then we have, we'll stick with the women's division, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I got Asuka winning. I'm thinking all the titles are going tonight.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of those things. I like. This match I don't care about too much, but from a storyline side, it should be Asuka. Bianca's had it for a while, but more importantly, this is Asuka's WrestleMania moment. She was the champion during the pandemic, didn't get any of that. Didn't get that WrestleMania moment. Didn't get it. So I think it obviously makes sense that the reason that you brought back her older style gimmick look and everything else. It all makes sense that it goes along that Asuka's going over, and she's going to get a short reign, probably not long, but she'll get a short reign here as champion, and get her moment as payback as thank you for what you did for this company during the pandemic. Because Hunter would do that kind of thing. Vince wouldn't, but Hunter would.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird time for the WWE and everything going on.
Yeah.
They tried their hardest, man, with until the TV screens. That killed it for me. I like the empty arena over the TV screens. And then we have Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. I think Gunther. I think that's the
Jesus
only. I
Christ.
think. I think that's. I think that's the only match that is retaining because Sheamus isn't winning and Drew is not taking the title from Gunther. I don't like
Right.
Gunther because of the faction he's in. I love him as a wrestler and a character, but I want him to get out of what is he in Imperium?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with Imperium. I mean that's an NXT thing and all this other stuff. But I agree. I mean, I think if nothing else, just because Drew and Sheamus will go to blows with one another, it's probably one of those. Either one of two things happens. If one of them wins, it's not going to be Gunther taking the pin. And at the end, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther wins, and we have sadly, another feud between Sheamus and.
Dude, come on! Don't wish that upon us.
No, I'm not wishing it. Right?
But what else are they going to do?
I was so sick of it. As a matter of fact, I was glad when they got them. Oh, they've worked the things out. They're working together now. He's working with the Fighting Brutes.
It's
hooray! They're working together. And then all of a sudden, no, we had to inject this whole. Sheamus is this jealous twit thing again, where it's just.
I think
annoying.
That's going to be the sleeper match of the night. That has the chance to steal the show, though. That match.
Yeah, I mean, if Gunther wins, or no, actually, if he loses, then I see that he then is probably the next in line to go against Cody.
Who do you pick winning, Sheamus or Drew? Then
maybe they give it to Sheamus just because he's done so much and he hasn't had that belt yet, and he's he's taken a lot of jobs, high profile jobs recently. So if I could see him taking it potentially. I don't like the idea of it, and I just like I look, these lower tier belts they used to be real. I mean, I like the
prestigious, like what Jericho was doing stuff with the Intercontinental.
I like the idea that because of this unification, they were forced to make these belts more prestigious, right? But sometimes there's certain wrestlers that you just go like, they shouldn't be fighting over this belt, right? It's like, why are you doing it?
Right, like the Intercontinental belt was always like kind of a weight class type belt. And it was more of like a high flying, like tactical or technician type wrestlers, and now you guys got like Sheamus and like Gunther is, but I don't know.
But I mean, look, you had your guys who had that the Intercontinental belt was actually usually more often that was your belt you tested. Was somebody ready?
Agreed.
That's when Bret Hart, before he was a heavyweight champion stuff, he got the Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels, all these guys got their first trial run. Would they work as a champion? You give them this belt and stuff and go for that. And Sheamus and Drew are beyond that. They both held the world title multiple times. It's a little bit silly.
So now my final point with wrestling is post WrestleMania, I'm 50-50 terrified to see what happens because we could have all these guys leaving. The Bloodline story is probably going to either be done or close wrapping up. And my biggest thing is I love Cody Rhodes to death. He has the utmost respect for me. But do I see him being the face of the company week in, week out on the mic, carrying the company with this belt? No, I don't. I'm already to the point where I'm kind of not sick of him, but to the point where I already want to see who he's going to be fighting next type thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I think wrestling's peaking right now hard.
Well, people always say that all the time. And comes along, right?
Right.
There's lots of potential. There's some potential stuff that's be coming up soon. Like we know that it's just post WrestleMania. We're going to see Braun Breaker probably make his way up. There's some
there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to probably come up.
Yeah, I mean, there's some time for a few guys to step away. Who knows whether or not we're going to see some of the guys who've been out injured a long time start to come back into new storylines. Will Randy Orton come back, or is Randy Orton going to hang it up?
He better come back.
Is Big E going to be able to make it back soon, or is he?
He's there tonight. He's there tonight, so we'll see.
Doesn't mean he's ready to wrestle.
Right.
I mean, and to be honest, I'm done with New Day.
Me too. I've been done so tired. I get that they're there for the fans and the spectacle, and what they do for the community of wrestling is amazing. But them as a team, God, dude, I can't anymore.
I really, as much as I want to see some like a Montez versus Ricochet match, I don't want to see them go in a rumored breakup of that team, right?
Like turn heel and stuff.
Having them break up.
Oh, right.
Rumored, going like, oh well, we want Tez to be a singles guy and everything else. I really would like to see. So if you've got this much talent, can you build, especially in the women's division, please? Can we build some real tag teams?
Yes.
Have them stick together and not just be constantly throwing
damage
Rando
control
against Rando. Well, damage control is at least is a
right,
valid
right.
tag.
But that's all they have, really.
But yeah, then you get like, what's her nuts? The Karen character, where 1 week she's with Carmella, and then Carmella now all of a sudden she's with what's her name, and then she's gone, and now she's with Cruella DeVille or whatever her name.
Bring back the Bella twins. Bring them back.
It's like and they just constantly have these random pairings. It's like they go, all right, let's roll the dice. Who are you with today? Or they're picking names out of a hat. All right, you're tagging with this. What's the story? Who cares? You're women. Just go out there. I mean,
I've been saying that a lot, that the men's tag division and the women's tag division are just like random. There's no now, right? And I think that contributed to the Usos just gatekeeping the titles. Now that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have it, they can kind of start building their own rivalries and maybe have people compete. Like you said earlier, the winners of that 8-man tag match at Street Profits should be number one contenders for the titles. The winner of the chick tag team title match tonight should be number one contenders for Lita and Becky, and then take it from Lita and Becky at SummerSlam. Yeah, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I just want to give me a surprise. I want one big surprise. They gave me McAfee last night, but that wasn't the surprise I want. I want one big WrestleMania surprise. Stone Cold, The Rock, something like that, huge.
Well, I don't think Stone Cold's it.
I want to see Stone Cold and LA Knight, man. The whole and the what thing, I think would be perfect.
I'm like one of those guys that, like, at first I was like, what is this?
Same.
But I go, you know what? I kind of respect the dude. I mean, he's got to give. It kind of comes over a little bit.
Yep.
But what's funny, then I started finding out that he's done a lot of the motion capture stuff for The Rock and for Stone Cold for the video games and whatnot. Yep. And you're just like, oh, and then all of a sudden you start seeing it and hearing it in how he delivers some of his promos and stuff. You're like, dude, you really are just kind of like combined the two together.
He embraces it
into it. It's like, it's kind of.
I say that to my girlfriend all the time. I'll be like, "Let me talk to you," before I say something. She'll be like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. All the time. Yeah. And she's like, "Shut up." I love them, man.
You know what I am tired of, though, in all wrestling? I'm tired of the what. Stone Cold has not been around. That has been done for so long. Why do we have to still what? And the poor wrestlers.
It's never going to go away.
You see them, don't what me.
Or they'll have to wait, or they'll be like, all right, I'm on a segment, but they're going to what me every time. So we have to clip our segment to like extend it 10 seconds after every sentence.
Lady Durs is giving you the LA Knight.
Yeah, see? Yep.
Yeah.
She knows. Well, let me talk to you. I'm very sad he's not on Mania.
Brother. It is.
I'll be walking LA Knight. So hopefully he comes up, and I don't know what's going on with Bray. Bray's like one of my main dudes, so it's kind of weird seeing him not being in there.
Yeah, either that story is going to be done and he's just going to disappear and we're never going to see him again, or he's legit just out sick, whatever, and he's going to come back and then they'll have to kick that whole story back up again with all the who's going to be part of what, like because here's Alexa Bliss is in limbo right now, right?
Facts.
And all these other characters guys who are potentially going to be a part of this. So
yeah, when I met him and even talked to him, I was like, "Hey, man, I love that you do all this like Halloween stuff and horror theme stuff, and that's kind of my vibe." And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "Basically, I'm just a big kid who loves Halloween, and he straight said it to me. He's like, if the WWE ever like not let me do that, he's like, I don't have to wrestle." He's like, I just love wrestling. He's like, I'm there for the fans and stuff like that. He's like, but at the end of the day, if you're not going to let me have fun with it, he doesn't want to do it. So, like, maybe that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, I hate that what thing. Yeah, exactly.
that and the yes are never going to go away. The whole yes thing and the what, never going away. Staples of WWE.
Well, the yes things followed Daniel Bryan. So, I mean, he's in AEW and all of a sudden he says yes,
I was watching some. I don't. It was a couple days ago. Me and my girlfriend watched like a match from like the early '90s just to show her like all the signs that they used to have and stuff. And she's like, "It's weird that they're not saying yes all the time after like something cool happened."
Yeah, you can't stand Daniel Bryan. I enjoy some of his matches and some of them I don't. I wince every time I see Daniel Bryan take anything to the head.
That's what I was just about to say. I can't stand just seeing him wrestle because he's going to get a concussion and die.
Well, or worse is I see him and I just can't help but think of Benoit, right?
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, oh, dude, this last thing that we need is for Daniel Bryan's epithet is that he goes out like freaking Benoit, right?
Man.
So.
Did you pick up anything cool this week, Rob? Anything cool lying around? That's what I always look. I got all my stuff surrounding me.
Well, everything's either in boxes or it's been put away, right? So like I shoot my videos and then I get stuff out of here because I also work right here and I only have so much space. So I tend not to have a lot of stuff floating around. And some of the stuff that I have unboxed recently doesn't. It's actually doesn't. Those videos don't air for
weeks,
a week or two. Yeah, I'm like 2 weeks out on my videos. So
right,
if I talk too much about them and tease them too much, then
people won't watch.
People's with that. I would say that one of them, something I did receive this week or unbox this week for a future video, is on camera right now, but you'd be hard pressed to know what it is. So
yeah, for sure, definitely excited for that.
Now people will be freeze framing this, trying to look to see and go back to another video to try to compare and see what changed.
Cross analysis and all that. Shout out to you for the whole Heroes Con hookup and everything going on.
Well, that was all weird, and that like actually what's bugging me about it is I finally got a hold of them. Because so for those of the people who don't know, there's a bunch of us that are going to Heroes Con. We're trying to do a meetup on a Friday night. A bunch of us did a couple years ago at C2E2. I had put together a thing where we had a restaurant set up as buffet food and we could mix and mingle and hang out. It was great. I was trying to replicate that. Found a restaurant there that's good, that should be that's set up for this. They even have on their website, party with us, and you can set up to have a large group set up. I filled out that and submitted it to them. No answer. 2 weeks later, filled it out again, submitted it to them. No answer. So the other day I went to their contact us and sent a message to their corporate, because it's a chain, saying, hey, specified the location. I've sent in multiple requests, haven't heard back about this. Boom. 2 hours later, phone call coming to my cell phone saying, hey, this is this location. Can't wait to find out.
You talk about those books you picked up. Because sometimes you'll pick up books and you'll be like, "Oh, it's a double," and then you'll put it in.
Oh yeah. I did. I just don't. Yeah. Anyways, So they finally called me and I talked to them. They're all, okay, yeah. They set up everything. They're all excited, and they said, okay, we'll send you the menu for the food. She confirms my email address, and I said, great, yep. Well, that was 3 days ago, and I haven't seen the menu come through yet. So now I have to reach back out again and say, hey, can you send me the menu? So I can go through the menu and figure out because it's different food for a party of 40 than it is for your table that you're eating at.
Right.
So I have to. These guys.
I looked at the website in the restaurant. I was like, that's right up my alley. Finger foods and stuff like that. Like
that's exactly it. I mean, we'll get some sliders, we'll get some whatever else, and it's a little plate stuff, and it'll be a buffet, and you can get some of that, and you can drink whatever you want. You want to drink water?
Right.
Great. You want to drink Coke? Yep. Great. You want to drink beer? Help knock yourself out. That's on you. I mean,
for sure.
So
yeah, I'm not even a big drinker, and I was like, oh, cool, World of Beer is awesome. Down for it.
It's just down the street, so it's gonna be great. Miz needs to stop stealing other wrestlers' moves. Is he stealing moves?
Seth Rollins needs to stop stealing other people's moves. The pedigree and stuff like that.
Well, look, he's been using the pedigree for a long time. It's not like it's a recent thing.
I know. It was just with his whole repertoire.
Yeah, hey, everybody, there's only so many moves that are out there.
Oh, right, agreed.
So whether a lot of moves are the same move, but they put some extra flair on it and title it something different. I know you don't want anyone fingering your food. You just want them to finger you. I got it. No problem. So at the end of the day, I mean, how many different variations of the DDT?
Right.
Whatever.
He's not really a wrestler, man. He's more of a kind of just there.
Well, yeah, he hasn't really done a lot of wrestling since what's his name left? His tag team partner.
He was tagging with Logan for a while.
No, before that.
Oh, Dolph Ziggler.
No.
Is that who he was with?
No. Dude's not even in. Damn it! Somebody in the chat knows who I'm talking about. Johnny. There's Johnny. He was drip. He's all doing that drip thing.
Not Gargano, right?
No.
Oh my God, who?
He goes by a bunch of different names. I feel stupid right now.
Was it did he have long hair, like flowy hair?
Yeah, John Morrison.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember him. I haven't seen him in a while.
He got let go, and he showed up. He went down to Mexico, and then he showed up in AEW like twice. But he's pretty much been down back in Mexico wrestling. But
so to touch on that bottom tier, Seth is basically super into design and fashion, and he has his own like designer and everything like that. So that's why he wears those ridiculous outfits that I actually love. There's a clip of him and Becky backstage where he had that big like dress on that he was wearing, and Becky's like, I am so jealous that you get to wear that. Please tell me you get to bring that home.
There's some outfits that he wears that man's like, dude, no man should be wearing a mesh top. I'm sorry. Yeah, John Morrison. No, you're right,
yeah.
CJ. Mm-hmm. John Morrison was really good. He carried the Miz, in my opinion. But
I actually liked him. I've never liked the Miz, man.
Johnny Mundo. Yeah.
So it's 7:10. I'm gonna be cooking soon. So what do you got this week, Rob? Your usual stuff?
Yeah, Monday will be a mail call. It's the most epic mail call ever.
Let's go.
And then Thursday will be I think it's CBCS unboxing, or maybe CGC. There's some slabs being unboxed on Thursday, and then Saturday we'll come back and we'll do only slabs with D-Runk Comics.
Nice, man. Can't wait to see those. I'm always excited for your videos. He's not really borrowed Jericho's mentality. Seth just kind of does his own thing. And Seth Rollins has the best. If that was your first time seeing his intro, man, that was it's a treat, man. Seth has the best intro of all time.
It is interesting to see the way the fans have turned make him a face rather than the heel. Because I mean, his Monday Messiah thing was really
awful. I didn't like it. I did not like when he was doing that. I didn't like it when he was with. So I've always been a Seth fan, except when he was with like Randy Orton and Triple H and doing his whole thing, like campaigning for the world title, and he was like their boy. And then that whole Monday Messiah thing, I wasn't a fan of. But he's flipped the script, and he's like top 10 all time for me now. So this week, what?
Yes, I did. Flash by Night. So. For those of you, those of you who've seen the no grade video, if you haven't, then you should go back and look at this Thursday's video. There is a CGC unboxing where all of a sudden, in the middle of it, I pull out a book that's got an Amazing Fantasy 15 facsimile that is got an NG rating, so they no graded it, and it had to comment coverless on it, even though it clearly has a cover to it. Apparently, according to CGC, they give it that because it has no barcode, and something to do with that. They think that means that some other cover was over it, taken off, or some such shit. Even though they've got countless examples of them grading barcodeless Amazing Fantasy 15 facsimiles out there, they claim that no, they don't do it. So it's silly. I've reached out to another grading company who's told me that they think it's absolutely silly and they'll grade it. No, I don't care. So I will send it off to another grading company.
Yeah, I was curious when he pulled that out. CJ, he still is Seth freaking Rollins. It's a still thing. Yeah. I appreciate you, Seth. Yeah, same. I was like, man, that's weird.
Yeah, it's the dumbest. It's like it obviously has a cover. What do you mean it's coverless?
Right. It's just like who was grading that, and why did that go through their mind as a professional to do that? Unless they were just quickly grading.
Again,
who knows?
No idea, because
right.
There are you can go and look, and there are countless examples of both on eBay. There's or eBay or other places, right? You'll see some that are for sale that say NG and have no barcode on it and say coverless or whatever, but in fact they do. And then there are some that have a grade 9.8 on them and whatnot, and it's just whoever's, the only thing that's consistent about CGC these days is their inconsistency. So
that's what I've been hearing a lot, man. Did they take care of you and everything?
Take care of me? What do you mean? No, they got paid and they sent me my book back encapsulated.
Oh, I didn't know if they were gonna like pay for the shipping and have you been able to like resubmit it and anything.
No.
Stupid.
I gotta send it to a different grading company now. I gotta crack it out and send it to another grading company, or else live with it as an NG. I mean, at least they didn't give me a green label or something.
Right. At least it's labeled and everything.
But yeah.
But yeah, man, we're coming up on WrestleMania's here's in 45 minutes, so I'll just kind of go over brief things on my channel. I'm closing up. I think I'm like 20 subs away from 800. So anybody out here that are sub to me or watching, I appreciate you guys. You guys mean the world to me. You guys are why I do this. It's just a hobby for me, so sub count doesn't really matter. But for me, anytime I get a new sub, that's one more sub that like somebody like Rob or anybody in chat that I can shout out. Maybe they'll get a sub from that. So I'm going to do I still need to do a 600 subscriber giveaway, so I'm just going to combine it like I did before and do a 600, 700 subscriber. Gary B, I'm going to be on the 10-1 April 4th. I'm pretty sure it's 8 o'clock, so make sure you guys check me out there. And then after the show, we got Matt Woods at 7:30. So if you guys are sub to him, slide on over there, and you can continue hanging out on YouTube. Sorry, Warlord. Hello. How you doing, my dude? Hopefully you're having a great night.
Today is not a good day for shorts.
Oh, did you not have a good day with shorts?
I released 2 shorts. One has 15 and one has 7. It's just an awful day.
Let me see what mine did. I released 4, so it was a 50% day. 2 of mine were over 500, and then the other 2 were. This one had 4 views. I bet this one was made for kids. Yep, made for kids. Anytime I post anything with Spider-Man, I have to take it down and re-upload it because it always gets made for kids.
Oh, I'll have to take a look at that.
Every single time, because I don't want when I pick a short, I don't select an audience. I just let it rock. So if I select an audience like made for kids or not made for kids, you kind of chunk out like the not made for
No,
kids.
no, I understand. I thought most of my stuff was set as not made for kids, but
See,
like
I don't
I
set it
have
for
to look.
anything. Yeah,
Oh,
I let it default. But anytime I post something about Spider-Man, it comes up made for kids, and I have to take it down, and I'll re-upload it, and it takes
I'll
care
take a
of
look
that.
at that.
It's
See if
weird.
that's the case or not. All
Yeah,
right.
dude. Yeah, like sometimes I'll be like, why does this have 4 views after being up for an hour? Oh, made for kids. Only children can see this. Just Manny. Didn't miss much, man. We're just wrapping up. Taylor, hopefully you're having a great night. Let's see. Oh yeah, take off your shorts. Yep, shorts are always where it's at. Shop, killing it, bro. He just posted a full thing of all the shoppers. So if we can get that made into a t-shirt in black and white, I would appreciate it because I cannot wear white.
Oh, you can't. I can't.
I can't.
I'll wear food all over it.
Dude, I'll sweat.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
sweat.
I
I'll sweat
gotta say,
through
wait,
it.
Manny, I don't understand. They're all over the place. Like one day, this is not made for kids, so it's I don't know. It's just
So my suggestion was shorts, and again, shorts for me is it's a good way to grow the channel. But if I can get out of one short that gets 1,000 views and I get 5 or 10 subscribers, if one of those subscribers comes hangs out in my live chat or watches my normal videos, that's what I do it for. And that's what's been happening more and more. I've been getting people off my shorts on my regular videos, so perfect. But find a time frame that works for you. Mine is always 5, 6, 7 o'clock. I'll always upload shorts at those times, and I won't touch it at any other time. So whatever time slot kind of works, just kind of ride that.
oh, it doesn't even matter. I've done that stuff too. It's like, and you'll have it's the only time slot that gets me consistent is like Friday at 5. Any other day of the week, any other time, doesn't seem to matter.
And again, it's so
And it's
random. Like
and
like
even
spine
then, it's not doing what it used to do. So
like Spine Ticks, he has to upload his late at night because his YouTube algorithm thinks he's in a different country. So they think he's in they don't even think he lives in California. They think he lives in like India.
he's some VPN or something.
No, he just uploads it at like those kind of times where it's like, oh, it's prime time in this country.
He's got geolocation.
Mm-hmm.
The internet doesn't think he's over there unless he doesn't think he's in India unless he's
Well,
got
it's his algorithm that thinks it because that's I don't know, that's when he's hitting at those weird times that like it's prime time in those country, but for us everybody's sleeping.
Yeah, so whatever.
Yeah, same man. Yeah, it's all about the connections for me, bro. That's the biggest thing. At the end of the day, it's a hobby. I have a full-time job. I like showing my positive messages, and I like hanging out with the homies.
Word.
Yes, sir. But Rob, I appreciate you for coming and hanging out with me, talking some wrestling. I hope everybody has a great night. We are 40 minutes away from night 2 of WrestleMania, so it's going to be another long night. So let's hope it's good. Anybody watching on the recap, you guys mean the world to me. And as always, I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Thank you.